Anyways.
A shootout. What?
This clip says, is this a cop listening to Asmongold just before getting into a shootout?
What? It's safe?
Sometimes people might just have opposite perspectives. Things that aren't informed.
Dennis is the culture I use when I want a nice
What?
instead of the raw milk the government gave me. I'm calling you mold denim.
I know.
Sometimes people might just have opposite perspectives on things that aren't informed by some sort of...
Stay in the cars.
Jeez. I'm not going to watch the rest of that. Chat, how's it?
So, Chad, how cooked are we? Chat, how cooked are we? On a scale of 1 to... Here's the original video.
Sometimes people might just have opposite perspectives on things that aren't informed by some sort of foreign power.
Stay in the cars.
So, how cooked are we? How cooked are we? How cooked are we? Have you tried turning the US off and on again? Cops used to listen to Rush Limbaugh all the fucking time. Not really any different. We've been cooked the whole time. The person who sent me this, I literally said, he's Rush Limbaugh. And they said, wait, is that not Asmongold's voice? I was like, no, I think that's Asmongold. I'm saying that Asmongold has become Rush Limbaugh. I've been saying this? Yeah. Sorry, can you replay it? I missed it.
Sometimes people might just have opposite perspectives on things that aren't informed by some sort of...
Stay in the cars.
Reminds me of that cop that was watching transphobic Matt Walsh clips when he hit and killed a cyclist. Is that person okay? You know, I don't know that I want to know. I don't know that I want to know because I'm scared that the answer is no. I'm scared the answer is no. And so I after hearing him fire shots, like fire 15 shots, I don't know if it was actually 15. It was like at least I heard 5. I don't actually know if, I want to know if that person is okay. The description would say, oh, you're right. It said he was incapacitated. He was provided emergency medical care while he was taken to a local hospital where he died. Okay, good. I really like these comments. Oh, I love these comments. These are such good comments here. Sorry, let me scroll down. That officer was shooting accurately from a distance. Cop was ready, alert, and he got to go home. Hope his foot is okay. I love how he was listening to Asmongold right before the confrontation. +5 accuracy and vitality. The officer's magnificent aim at that distance is incredible. That cop did at least the work of 10 other cops in his department. Give this man a raise a medal and move him up to leadership. What a trooper. Okay, that's good. That's good. This is good. This is good. And this is when I think is a good time to segue into this. This post, quote, non-citizens don't get due process. Without due process, there are no citizens. You are whatever the closest ICE agent says you are. I was born here and I don't support terrorists, so no. Prove you were born here. Nonsense. I can't waltz into any other country in the world and demand the rights of citizenship, so I'm not sure why you think it would work the other way around. Like, the mass of people who are too stupid to understand what this means makes me want to explode my head. Sorry, can you expand the first comment? Yeah. Prove you were born here. Birth certificate. They can double check that with hospital records. This isn't hard. How would you get your birth certificate? Who would you show it to? You would need some kind of formalized process, which you are due. I have a birth certificate and I was in the military and I have a passport. What's your point? Wait, I can't free scroll on Twitter, so I have to keep taking Twitter off my screen because you never know when there's just going to be porn on the screen. Like this person who's just a total fucking moron. Do you carry those at all times? If you get snatched into a van, who would you be able to talk to in order to start to prove that you're a citizen if they're saying that you aren't? They literally have masked plainclothes agents snatching people off the street in unmarked vans without showing a badge or a warrant. You think they're going to give you the chance to prove your citizenship? They both seem kind of fake to me. Off to El Salvador with you. What if the ICE agent doesn't care? Sorry, you wrote a tweet or Facebook message we didn't like, so off to El Salvador. What's that? You have a passport. We don't check that, and you don't get to challenge your deportation. We're cutting that red tape and cumbersome process, Doge style. Goodbye. Those are fake. To the El Salvador extermination camp. Seems like a commie trend de Aragua to me. Like, thinking isn't their strong point. What do you think happens at the end of this journey? What do you think happens at the end of this journey? When you stop giving due process to people? You'll never know when Debbie Chan shows up on the timeline. Stop. Like these people in their brain, they're like, yeah, well, that wouldn't happen to me. Okay, because I'm a citizen. And it's like, how naive are you that you think that the government wouldn't simply treat you the way that they're treating everyone else. That they wouldn't see you and they would say like, oh, you made these posts or you said this about Trump or whatever. They wouldn't throw you in the van. And when you show them your passport, which you happen to be carrying, which is such a fucking dystopian universe that I need to now start carrying my passport and my birth certificate. What do you think happens when you show it to them and then they rip it up and say, sorry, I don't think this is legitimate. This is very clearly a fabricated, falsified document. Get in the van. What do you think happens? It's also like, it actually won't be a problem for you as long as you're content to do literally whatever you're told to buy the regime. Yeah. The poem literally says first they came for the communists. Do you know how cooked we are where like cops are listening to Asmongold, the guy saying, no, they shouldn't have due process. Do you know how like chat? I don't think you guys understand. Or maybe you do. How cooked we are. Like this cop is probably consuming this shit 24/7 on his fucking drives to go kill dogs or whatever.
What carries around their passport? Clearly these are fake and you're illegal. A real citizen wouldn't feel the need to carry this around. Check it to see if it's legit. What? I can't hear you over me burning it.
Yeah. We're not cooked, dude. We're burned. We're charred. Like, do you know how bad it is when the fucking cops are listening to the guy who says that some people shouldn't be given due process? I feel like I feel like a crazy person saying that we should just give everyone due process. I feel insane to have to defend this position, which should be a very normal position that everybody holds. I don't understand how this is confusing for people. I genuinely cannot understand. My brain cannot fathom the type of person that says, no, we should just grab people in vans because it won't happen to me. Like, look at this person. I almost said chatter. Look at this person. I was born here. I don't support terrorists, so no. How do you plan to prove your status as a non-immigrant? I was born here and I don't support terrorists. I hope this helps. You do realize there's no due process means that you have no one to show it to, right? No, see, the thing is, I was born here and I don't support terrorists. Well, I don't think you were born here. I was, in fact, born here, and perhaps more importantly, I don't support terrorists. Now, Richard, you look a little too brown to me. To El Salvador you go. That tattoo looks suspicious, too. To jail with you. No need to check before we take you either. Sorry. Dude, you're in the PNW. Probably glow in the dark. Like, no response. Like, nothing to say. Oh, my God. I'm so this is paste or crayons. That one, dude. We need to start responding to people with paste or crayons. I suggested to that birth certificate lady that 6 ICE agents in the mask won't be asking for your birth certificate, and Marco Rubio and Doge are fucking with the records. Cooked indeed. This is what's in their heads. Wait, what is this clip? No, you fuckhead. Nice try, buddy. People can also stop sugarcoating it and say what they mean because 90% of them have this take. Why would it happen to me? I'm white. They don't even know what due process is. That's half the problem. The other half is hubris. Yeah. Well, I think that it's sad because like this is a position that you can only be in. I feel like if you're someone who is very privileged or has had a lot of privilege because of your circumstances, like you're able-bodied, cis, straight, white, male, although there are lots of female hogs. There are lots of women that are female hogs, where you don't know that the authorities are unfair to different groups of people. Like it hasn't happened to you because you've never had to deal with state violence against you. So the idea of it happening is absurd. It's really funny watching people respond to this guy though and be like, nah, that sounds like a lie. That's what someone who wasn't born here would say. Yeah, whatever you say, Richard. Now enjoy 4 weeks in the hole, close his gate. Like, have these people really not, like, I genuinely, I can't tell. Like, I should bring one of these people on stream one day and we talk to them. Because I don't understand. I don't understand. A lot of people think that privilege means that nothing bad happens to them and they shut it out after that, when really it's just a roomier cage. I mean, no, it's just that like privilege is not noticing the things that would happen to you if you were part of a different group. I always use the example of able-bodied versus disabled people because you do not perceive, it is a privilege to not have to concern yourself with whether or not buildings are ADA accessible, right? It's a privilege to not have to worry whether or not there are ramps or elevators somewhere. It is a privilege that you don't have to go about your life thinking about this thing that other people have to think about. That is a privilege that you have. It is the lack of thinking about this negative, right? And you will not notice it because you don't ever need to notice it. It takes an active effort to notice it. And it's the same thing across the board when we talk about privilege. But the problem is that when you when you talk about white privilege, I think a lot of white people think that that does mean that their lives are easy. And obviously, like, realistically speaking, wealth is the biggest indicator of how difficult or easy your life is, right? At the very least in America, wealth is the most important factor on how difficult or easy your life is. And so poor white people, they see their lives and they're like, my life hasn't been easy. I've been privileged just because I'm white. No, I haven't. Fuck you. My life has been really hard. And it's like, wait. We're not saying your life hasn't been hard. Your life probably has been hard. We're living in unprecedented times, unfortunately. And I'm sorry, but like the oligarchical class doesn't give a fuck about you. Yeah, that's all true. But you also don't have to worry about all these other things that you would have to worry about. It doesn't mean, again, that your life is easy. It just means that it could be harder and it's not. But like, again, it's this persecution complex that people like Asmongold feel like they need to sell. They have to sell the persecution complex because how else will you get people on board, right? Which is how they sold the due process in the first place. It's, you don't understand, these illegal aliens are going to come kill all of us if we don't do something about it. We don't have time for red tape. We don't have time for due process. We have to kill them now. We have to get them out of the country now. And it's like, okay, I disagree. You're wrong. That's a bad idea. Okay. Do you guys think Asmongold is savable? Do you think he'll change? Or do you think he's just going to keep going? What's your guys' perspective? Maybe if he gets personally affected? Well, he won't because he's rich. Grift is too easy, though. Yeah. Dude, I can't believe Asmongold put the Daily Wire out of business. One of my friends has known him since high school. They said he won't change. Damn.